On behalf of me and the fellas for Crew Golf, we would like to thank our sponsors listed below for helping us make this dream come a reality.
I'm just gonna give us music. You gotta give us starting music.
We have starting music. I put it in beforehand.
That's okay.
Me.
How's it going, guys? It is your boys from Crew Golf, Colt and Wes. Episode 14.
My number.
Here. Gonna be a short one again this week. Not that I think that it's crazy that it needs to be super long, anyways. But a couple things to go over. Wes and I did play in an outing on an actual.
This is I think it's a tournament. To call it an outing is extremely misleading.
It's a competitive tournament. We'll go with that. It was a competitive tournament.
Yes.
Let's just say we didn't shoot like we wanted to. I can tell you that.
No.
And we shot 2 over. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But we were second in our flight, which was cool. Would have been way cool if we were first in our flight. That would have been so sick.
Well, we were technically, I think, third in our flight, but I don't know if that was lower because the top 2 places in our flight were the same score. So they tied for first, and then there was like a tiebreaker that they used to differentiate who was first and second. And we were one, but I mean, there could have been more people that had the same score as us, or same score as the people above us. It's True. Just those 2 were the ones that qualified for first and second. So as far as I know, technically we were third in our flight, but
whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, super fun. The course is actually tougher than you would think.
Yeah.
A lot of dogleg rights, and when I say dogleg right, it's like a damn 90-degree turn.
You're talking a hard right. It's not like right, like a right turn at a stop sign.
Like I could play my dogleg rights. Some of them you could play like a slice, or play like I don't really have a slice that much anymore, nearly as I used to. But I could open up the club face and hit a slice down some of them. These 3 to 4 holes are like hard right turns.
Yeah,
hard right turns. Like you have to lay up. Like you have to play for par on the holes. Like there's no way around it.
When you see the scorecard, I guarantee you some people get excited because the par is 70. It's like, oh, yeah. But then you come to realize that you don't use your driver as much as you think you're going to use your driver.
No,
on that course.
Yeah, no, and in my defense, or I'm going to say our defense, as a unit. 2 holes in, I think we realized that we weren't going to be able to beat the team they were playing against.
Yeah.
And I think we tried to play up to their game.
Yeah.
And I think we just kind of screwed ourselves over a little bit because the team that won it the team that, I don't know if they actually won it or not, but they shot 13 under.
And 13 under is a plausible, what I would call, not outing score, but like tournament score. Coming in minus 13 is not unheard of.
No.
It's the people that come in under 18, 19. No.
You eagled every single par 5.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No.
Especially at that course.
Yeah, not a chance. And the thing is, though, we had to play with these guys. So we got to see all their shots, everything they were doing.
Were those the guys that won?
I think they did win.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have to be up there. There's no way they're not.
Well, I mean, did they win the A flight? Did they win?
I don't. I didn't look at anything.
I don't either. I didn't even know their names, to be honest with you.
If you show me if we pull up the paper, I probably could see who it was and be like yes or no. But they were good.
Yeah.
They had one guy. I'll say this. They had their team set up for everything.
Yeah.
They had one guy who was running the team, which he was also good at golf. But
Yeah.
they had one guy who could bomb it and get you on the green in 2, and then they had a dude who was a putter.
Yeah.
Not saying that the older gentlemen were bad, because they weren't, but they had some young guy just absolutely mashing drives down the fairway.
Oh yeah.
And getting them 6 to 7 feet from the hole.
Oh yeah.
And they had one dude who was putting it in every single time almost.
Yeah. No, their team, the guys that we played with, their team was structured very well. Yeah, they had guys that pretty much did it all. But I mean, but it wasn't like they relied on one person.
No.
For each aspect of the game, like they all could play.
Oh yeah, and it was really cool to see, because they were not only that, but the vibes with these guys were phenomenal.
Oh, cool as hell.
100% would play golf with them again.
Yeah, they were like I said, like we said, they were tremendously good at golf as a unit, as a threesome. They were very good, but they were also cool as hell. That was the cool part of it. Like they weren't there trying to like shoot the course record, but they also weren't there like, you know, just to have, you know, like so much fun that it ruined the game for everybody else, to where like, you know, they were a perfect balance of competitive and, you know, fun, if you will.
We found out they were matching our energy hole 1.
Oh yeah, they were cool as hell right off the rip.
Like you said something and Will responded back with like,
yeah, his banner was, he was cool. I
was like, that's cool. But we also knew off of hole 1, we lost hole 1, which we actually was hole 9 for us. But we lost your ball, took my ball.
No, I think we played
Dylan's ball. We played
Dylan's ball.
So we lost your ball, lost my ball, played Dylan's ball. But we didn't really lose your ball. Your ball was just gone in the grass. I don't know where
mine went hole 5. Mine went over by the hole, or the tee box, a hole 5, which was just a little bit left of the rough, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah,
and it was
We were trying to play, so we knew we were in play with Wes's, so I kind of
with Dylan's.
With Dylan's, that's right.
Yeah.
So I then went up and tried to just do what the other dude did on the other team, which was smoke one over the trees. Mine didn't make it. His did. We knew. That's when I knew right away. I was like, "Yeah, these guys are going to.
These guys can play."
Solid.
Yep.
Because their first 2 dudes,
their drive, I think,
down the middle.
I think their drive wasn't much more far away from ours.
No, that was. Remember, so the first 2 were like near ours. One hit one over the fence there.
Yeah.
And one hit one in front of the fence, and then that Will guy hit his over the tree.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did cut the corner. That's right. I forgot all about that.
He cut the corner and was like,
I forgot,
50 yards ahead of us.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So like, and I tried to do the same thing. I just can't hit the ball as far as him. Like I don't have the mechanics yet to do so, or whatever else.
You hit the ball fairly far. Don't sell yourself short. Just Will hit this guy Will
6'6" or whatever.
He hit the crap out. He hit the crap out of a golf ball.
Yeah, I do. I will say I do hit the ball pretty hard.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short.
But you know, I don't really have the fundamentals of golf to a T yet.
In your swing, not you know the fundamentals. Of golf,
like I'm just like my swing alone. There's a lot I got to work on.
Yeah, that takes time, dude. It's your first year.
Yeah, but good. It was I thought it was a good fun round. Yeah. Once we knew, I think when we get to hole like 16, I think we kind of knew that the day was going to be like, so we started drinking a little bit more and just enjoying our time.
Yeah,
mind you, we had a lot of like really good shots. I found out that my clubs are ass compared to clubs that I use.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, because you started using Dylan's, right?
I use Dylan's irons.
Dylan's irons, yeah.
And so hole 10 is a long par 3. Like it's a longer par 3, like 190.
For sure.
Like 190. So I'm like,
forgot.
Oh, I'm gonna hit a 5 here because I think that's what I need to hit. Let me tell you something. When you use good irons or decent irons, you know, I think Cali Mavericks are pretty good.
Yeah, they are very good irons. Yes.
I pull out a 5 iron. I'm like, because usually like a 6 is like 180 for me. And
I was gonna say I've never seen somebody ever, with the exception of unless they're doing it like in the asinine sense of on purpose. I've never seen somebody clear a green when it's like close to 200. I've never seen someone sky
it. So this is, I guess, this refers back to like I can kind of hit the ball pretty well.
Oh yeah.
So I pure this ball, and I'm thinking, like on the flight of it, I'm like, oh, this is a good shot, and then,
I cleared it.
Yeah, well, I think we're all thinking like I hit the ball, and I'm like, oh, this is actually.
I did think on contact based on and like the first whatever you want to call it. I was like, oh, that's good. That's in line and everything. And then it started to peel. It started to peel a little to the right, and I was like, oh, stay put. And then all of a sudden, I went, oh, that's that. Oh yeah, it gone.
I go. Oh, well, that's not a 5-iron for me today. So that's cool. Because I was going to refer back, I was using those, but I used my buddy, Drew. I used his irons on Sunday at Woods Fort.
What does he have? Do you know?
The Titleist.
T900s or T870s.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. Like let me tell you, if you miss, you feel it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so he's like using like these blade.
Yeah, he has blade irons. Yes,
he's got legit. He's got like Tor irons, is what he's using. And he's like, I'll let you know this right now. Like you're gonna feel it. Like if you miss, you're gonna know.
He's got there's T300 irons, T200 irons, T100. Depends on how old his clubs are.
They're 2023.
2023 would be the, or hold on, I just had it. Would be the, that's 21. No. 2021. What the hell? I just saw 2023 on here. If they're only 2 years old. So he has the T series.
Yes.
It's probably gonna be, I'm trying to see, $200 an iron. Sweet Lord.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah, if he's got blade, I mean, there's options. There's T200, T350, T200. Yeah, there's a bunch. So basically, that's what he had. T200, T300.
So I'm hitting those on Sunday.
Yeah, blades. I used to have blade irons from Nike. Actually, when you miss, you know.
Yeah, no, I knew. And but like even those were so much better than the mat. Like it's weird to say they were so much better. Like I think we were like 210 out, and I was like, he hits the ball. Again, he's been playing golf almost every day. He plays golf almost every single day.
Lucky.
So he then tells, he's like, listen, I use, we're like 160 out. He's like, I use a 9-iron here or whichever. I'm like, okay,
that's roughly what I'm at.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I'm like, we're at like 210, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna pull a 5 or a 6.
I was gonna tell you, for you, I probably would say a 6 iron.
So I pull a 5.
Okay.
Just because I want to make sure I hit this ball over water, clear the water, everything lands like 3 feet off of the right. But you have to go. I mean, it was a good field swing, and I could just tell like that was the first time I couldn't feel the ball hitting the club.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh,
you flushed that.
I go, oh, that felt like I didn't do anything. It felt like a home run when you hit a home run when you don't know. I was like, oh, that felt fantastic. He goes, oh yeah, not like the one you hit earlier that you thought your hands were gonna fall off.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, those suck.
Yeah, I used to have. I mean, they weren't blades like what people say, but like there was no cavity back, which is what basically gives you a little bit of balance and forgiveness. I used to have the Nike ones, and it was the worst. So I got them. They're the last line of Nike clubs that Nike ever made, and I got them a year after Nike stopped producing clubs. And they were discounted because A, they're left-handed, B, they're a year old, and C, they don't make them anymore. So I got them for a great steal. I got everything. Driver, 3 wood, 5 wood, 3 hybrid, 4 hybrid, and then 5 iron all the way down to pitching wedge. I had all of it. And the irons were like blade irons. And they were like the first real set I bought because I was kind of like you, where it's like I want to play Nike, It was the first real set of clubs that I got after my starter set. And my dad's like, you are going to hate golf for the next like 3 to 4 months. And I was like, no, why? He's like, because you don't have any cavity back. And that was the first time I learned about it. And boy, was my dad. I'm not saying my dad has never been wrong or never been right, but like, he's like, you have to pick everything clean. And you have to make sure that you don't toe it or you don't heel it, because if you do, it's going to hurt. And he goes, and it ain't going to go far. And I was like, oh, all right. So
I will say this too. I finally felt my first time of fatigue with golf.
Why?
I think because I played Sunday, or
Okay.
I played Saturday. It was a long day Saturday, and then I went and played again Sunday. Everything was leaking right. I was hitting balls higher, and they were leaking right. So like I was getting under it because I was lazy on my swing, I think.
And your hands. It would be your hands. If your stuff was leaking, when you say right, you mean like away, like a
slicing.
slice.
It was like not slicing horribly, but it was
just
still like
fading.
Yeah, but it'd be fading a lot farther than it usually does.
That's from your hands.
I just know, like, I was just lazy. Like I could feel myself being lazy.
Yep.
I was like, well, that's not good.
Yep.
So
imagine you did 2 days. The pros do that 2 more times afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And they do it way more in depth.
And they hit the range beforehand. Like
I'm assuming
they do a lot more.
Well, they also hit the range after they're done.
Mm-hmm.
For a cool down session. I said, what the f is a cool down session?
In golf.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming they probably go back home with their caddy where they're staying, and they probably do a shot analysis of what went wrong and why it went wrong.
So much.
And again, I played football in high school. I watched film religiously.
But can you imagine what these dudes are doing?
These guys are analyzing. Well, the wind was blowing 7.5 miles an hour on this shot. I know it because we were talking about it. And why was it not leaking this way? I'm like, dude, I don't even. Whatever, brother. I don't. Yep. But what's up, brother? But to say, I had a good weekend of golf. Is what happened last weekend. It was a good fun weekend, and me and my buddy did shoot a 66 on Sunday together.
You guys played 2-man scramble.
It was 2v2 v2 v2. It was
8
guys. Yeah, 8 guys. 2v2 v2 v2. We shot
66 at Woods Fort.
Mm-hmm.
Respectable. Real respectable.
It was a good day. Again, like I said, I felt lazy, but I was hitting putts.
Just tired.
Yeah, I hit some putts. I was chipping really well around the green, kind of like I was the day before.
Oh yeah, you had your first chip in. Where's your ball at?
It's upstairs.
Yeah.
I do have
on my nightstand.
I did get my first chip in, which was pretty sick.
Oh.
It's a natural birdie too.
Yes, it was a natural chip in. You had a natural, what would you call it? Not say scoring, but you had a natural hole out that gained a stroke.
Yep, I had a natural because we took my shot from the tee box.
From the tee box, yeah, because you were the one that basically didn't leak the most. You and Dylan both hooked, and I faded, and none of us were on.
No,
and we took yours because it was only about 4 or 5 feet off of the green.
It was probably a 15-yard chip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like it was 4 or 5 feet off of the green, and we were sitting in a good patch of rough, and it was elevated. We were a tad bit elevated, but yeah, no, we had
first on video, yeah,
that second thing. But yeah, no, and then we had just a clean roll from the fringe to the hole. There was no break. It was just straight to it.
You will see here shortly the video on TikTok because it will be posted there.
Oh, nice.
So,
well then, if you guys look at, I'm gonna do this. You guys look at Colt's tags on under our names. You could see his TikTok tag, and you'll be able to go check the video out.
Yeah, it was super cool. Highlight of my day. Basically didn't care after that. I don't even care. Just gonna say.
And that was on the back 9, so it's like we had a whole 8 holes left, and you're like, I don't care. I'm done.
No, I did care because I don't like to lose. So
I'm right there with you. Hey, like I did, how I stuck a par 3 all by myself.
You did.
I still couldn't fucking language. Still couldn't birdie that. I was so mad.
It happens, man. Unfortunately, I've realized that
I've become the lip out king, and I don't like it.
You have
lip out and I lip out in simulators. I lip out in real life.
We could have been better.
Oh yeah,
I'm just really happy that Wes went with me and another person who has not played golf as much.
Well, like I said, so like with Dylan kind of hindered himself a little bit because like he said he hasn't really gone golfing much, but then he also got new clubs that he's never swung before. So like he really was like double dipping in like the cesspool, if you will, to where it's like he really didn't help us because he did. I mean, the first drive was him right off the rip. I was like, hey, we got a guy who can kind of play here, and then like the set in, and he just
there's also. So Sunday we went and bought a new Maverick driver because it was broken. Remember we figured out.
Yeah, we figured out. Yeah, it was in the like near the end. Of, yeah, and oh yeah, it was in the handle. Yeah.
So we went and bought a new Maverick driver.
He did.
On some. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised he didn't just reach out to Callaway. I would have reached out to Callaway and been like, "Hey, my shaft is broken." They would have fixed that within like 2-3 weeks.
I don't know. But we went to Golf Galaxy, and he's like, to be honest with you, the new driver was only 200.
Okay.
I think he was like, I'm just gonna buy one 200 with, regular flex because I'm used to the regular flex.
Mm-hmm.
I told him to buy a stiff, and he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And I go, you swing hard like a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
I go, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
It'll take you a little bit to figure it out. It'll take you a minute to figure it out, but you're also gonna hit the ball farther.
Because you're it's like you're not swinging. It's like you're not holding the bat. This is what I was always. It's like you're not holding the bat with like I'm doing. This is not good. It's like you're not holding the bat with like loose hands. You actually have a firm grip behind it when you make contact.
Right.
It's gonna pop.
It is.
I would have told him to say, "I beg Dylan, get a stiff. Like you're gonna want stiff flex." I would have pushed him to it.
Also, sorry for not as much content coming out. We've family life as
Oh yeah, our schedules have changed a little bit with school letting out and everything else that we haven't been able to put out stuff. But with that, I can flip the positive side to all that. So with that, those of you that are listening to this via Apple and Spotify can't hear it. You might want to tune in to see it, or in the future, you'll notice that we have new attire. We haven't put out a lot of content, but in the lieu of things, we have a company that we are, I guess, sponsored by now. Sponsored by, yeah. Royal and Awesome. That's exactly what it is. They are royal and they're awesome. They're based
People are gonna know who they are if they play 2K golf because they're on there.
Oh, they're on 2K? Perfect.
They are.
Okay, so there you go. All right. So we are, I guess you'd say, partnered with them. They mailed us recently some attire for Colt and I. And if you can see us on YouTube, I'm going to put up probably the one that's my favorite because it literally does scream. Hey, this screams like these are the clothes my dads used to wear when I was a kid. But like this is like that 90s cut, but with a lot more color.
Yes.
It's just an awesome. But the thing is, like, the design is sweet. Don't get me wrong, but man, dude, I wore the one yesterday. Dude, it's
flexy, feels good.
It's a good polo, yeah, and they're light too. Like they're light, but like because like yesterday it wasn't really the nicest of days out. I mean, it was like low or like high 70s, low 80s at most.
Mm-hmm.
I just wore that in the pair of shorts they sent me, and it was they were comfortable, but they were still light. So the other one they sent us. I got this one as well, I should say.
Like, lemons.
Like, I mean, if this doesn't describe my golf game, like, life gives you lemons.
Life gives you lemons.
Life gives you lemons. Have a Mike's Hard Lemonade or something. But yeah, no, they're great polos. What's it called? So I told you, Colt, that they sent us belts as well. The belts they sent me, I'm not even ashamed to say it. It just doesn't fit. But I would probably personally, you can try. I would personally never wear these belts because there's a big belt buckle in the front. I don't like a belt buckle. It frustrates me. So I think what we might do, we'll have to figure something out, but like maybe try and see if we can make a basket of stuff golf related and maybe like auction that off or something.
Yeah, I'd be super in for that.
Throw the belt in there. They gave I think one of your pairs of pants has it, I believe. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, right. One of your pairs of pants comes with a divot replacer. So I mean, we'll figure everything out. We'll make a basket or I should say we'll make a basket, then we'll auction it off to, have people follow and tag people, and we'll make a golf basket.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
yeah, no, to also answer some questions if people had them about. I don't know. Are you putting out a video of like the tournament? Like just some shots from the tournament?
I have, yeah. So I have some shots from the tournament. A lot of the conversations that we had from the carts, because it was kind of like misconstrued and everything else. I'm probably just gonna put a snippet together of some of the shots that like were put. It's just some of the good shots.
You know what I should have done? I should have told you to start. Is we should have done 6 random holes, and just gave them a quarter.
We could have a third. You mean? Yeah, but it's okay. The reason why I kind of didn't feel comfortable doing it is because we were playing with another threesome, and I didn't want hold those guys up or anything else. Because again, when you're in the groove like they were, some stuff that
they're real cool though about it. They're like,
they were.
They're like, oh, I would love to get on some content.
So, and then on top of that, like it's tough when we play, we don't really ever have anybody behind us. Sometimes in front of us, but no one's ever really chasing up behind us or anything. And if they are, we kind of make it, we kind of go. But like, there's a whole tournament there. Right. So like, I didn't want to hold the course up and everything else.
We could have just picked like a couple holes.
Which we did. We grabbed. I said, I have the par 3 content from the hole that I played, not by myself, but like I just couldn't birdie it. And then I have the entire hole that you basically birdied with your chip in. And then there's a couple. What hole is it? It's the hole with the dog leg right.
Oh, yeah.
So the hole with the dog leg right, there was one where basically I think I was the layup. And then when I thought I laid up, I ended up clearing the fairway. Must have just ran through. I don't know. But I can't remember what hole it was. And then we had a chip short. And then I think it was it Dylan's bump and run? No, Dylan had a halfway decent bump and run because he said he can't chip. And I think you ended up chipping one even closer. And then I was like, well, shoot, like your putt should be easy to make. Like we should be good. I'm going to try to make this. And I did, but I didn't say I bladed it, but just I hit it a little too thin that the ball didn't ever check up and it ran off. So I think we just walked up and made your putt. But it's weird. I don't have the video of the putt going in. I think we just walked up and we just made the putt because we were kind of not in a hurry, but we were trying to not keep the other guys waiting because we were playing ready golf, but at the same time we were adhering to
the course rules.
Yes.
For the tournament. So, but other than that, content will be coming back starting real soon. But we would have to play on Wednesday.
That's fine.
So
I do know, having gone there yesterday, that there is a league that plays on Wednesdays, but I think they obviously they tee off late. I think they play like a 9. Like they don't play the whole 18.
They choose a 9, right?
We'll work with. I'll shout out to Rick at the Golf Club of Wentzville. I'll get in touch with him and we will figure out.
Yeah, because this week would be for the jacket.
Yeah, next week would be for the jacket. Yesterday would have been for the jacket, but this week will be for the jacket and the next one we play. So hopefully it would have to be the front because that's where we should be at.
Should be. Yes.
Yes. But
other than that, I have to go because my child has a baseball.
Yeah, you got softball. Or your son you have softball. That's literally that was a reaction Like I didn't even say that normally.
Yeah.
Your son has baseball.
I
yes.
mean, I do have softball this weekend. I do.
But I mean, I'm talking about why we have to cut early. But yeah, that was a quick, short, brief one. I mean, there's Netflix episodes that are longer than that, so I mean that's tolerable. But go ahead, Colt, you send it
out. Thank you guys for watching or listening, one of the two. Also, if you want to watch it on YouTube, sick. What else?
Royal and Awesome.
Yeah,
RoyalAndAwesome.com. Again, lightweight polos. They have pants. What are the things? What are those called? The ones that remember rolled up baseball pants? What are like knickers? Not knickers.
Yeah,
knickers.
No,
They got knickers. They have the Bryson DeChambeau hats. They got
They got basically all the.
They have everything.
It's really cool. You should definitely check their website out.
It's really awesome. That's what it really is.
It's really awesome. Royal and Awesome.
Royal and Awesome.
But shout out to them, and then also a shout out to the Golf Club Winsville, like you said already.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to bring you guys more content next week.
Yep, next week we'll be back at it. We took a little hiatus.
Yeah. Hey, little time off never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
All right,
guys. It's not like I rested or anything. Later, guys.